why do we have Fire Force? The real reason why we have Fire Force. Now, some people really think that it's an anime that's not referencing anything personal that's regarding what I went through to junior high. It's not a custom anime. Get that shit out of there. What you have to realize is Fire Force is literally just something to watch. A distraction from the good old days. And the real reason why I had to make this video is specifically how I felt, because the Fire Force anime came out when I was working at Home Depot. Not a coincidence. Get out your head, nerds. The Fire Force manga came out when I was doing my second dishwashing job at BJ's. And the manga came out literally at the same time around Dr. Stone. Now, Dr. Stone is a real anime, but it has several references to my personal life. And I'll go into another video about that. But the real reason why I have to make this video is specifically because of this. Okay, so here's what happened. The beginning of Fire Force. How did it start? With me working at Home Depot. Literally, I hear that the new version of Soul Eater came out, and I know that it was watered down, so I automatically say, hey, it doesn't matter. I still get to watch Toonami. I still get to live life when I was in junior high. Literally, the best shit ever. Fire Force was a relief. Now, this is the funniest shit. Like, this is after the shit with Shoto Todoroki that I did at Fanime, and literally, this is when I get to Home Depot and I see several employees that are named Lisa. Now, Jordan did the same shit when I was at Lucky's, when I blocked her on Instagram, when I literally asked her, did you see that episode, calling her out that she stalked me. So literally, after I break up with Jordan, that shit happened. Another girl named Jordan was at my job, literally. And there were several Lisas when I cut it off for Lisa. And literally, that was so fucking crazy. And that's where all the fucking arguments came into play. And one thing that really pissed me off, like, through the most part, is that I felt this overwhelming vibe. So what I did is, I started listening to music that I only listened to when I was in junior high, that I stopped listening to when I was under peer pressure, because, you know, I'm a grown man, I don't have depression in high school anymore. And so automatically, the first conversation that comes up is literally, Diamante, shut the fuck up. High school isn't there anymore. He's like, Eris has 3 kids? He's like, Eris is a grown man. It's been 10 years since high school. And like, literally, but Eris is always by himself. He doesn't have 3 kids at all. It's like, life isn't what you think it is on the outside. Life is very complex. It's because he's black is why he can't see him when he wants to. It's when he can't do the things that white people could do. They broke it down to Diamante over and over and over again about why Diamante is still a virgin, because you have to be secretive about your stuff. You can't literally be upfront in society all the time, 24/7. He doesn't have the same privileges as white people. They kept on telling him that, but they didn't say that. But the main purpose of this video, this all ties into Fire Force, because literally, even though I felt like it was just like junior high, because literally how immature the situation was, I was in the same position as in junior high. He's like, Eris is doing the same shit since high school. There's no way he has 3 kids. All he's doing is going home and watching anime. There's no way that things change. Then why is he able to roast you in every fucking situation? Why you still have to gaslight him? Why you literally have to talk shit to him when he's like, well, there's one time Diamante showed up high and I called him out literally about trying to get my girl on Instagram and shit like that, and he had the perfect position because I was at my job, but whenever I said come see me, he wasn't there. I had something to work towards and he took that for advantage. Now that's a dark part of the video, but a bright side of the video is I literally started slapping the old school shit that I used to listen to when I was in junior high, like the Powerpuff Girls opening and the Blue Dragon opening. And literally, it took me back to the old days, and it was so crazy because I felt like I was back in junior high again. I had literally no one to judge me. But you know what really pushed it that I was in junior high? I was in the same position. So Diamante can keep on talking shit, but when I got home is when the exact opposite for junior high happened. When I started playing video games, I started hearing rumors about how he can't get his girl to cooperate, how literally this and that, and it was so fucking funny because he talks all this shit, but literally I'm a different person now. So even though it may seem like I'm the same on the outside, It's not on the inside. And the reason why I'm forced in that same predicament is all because of junior high. It was so fucking crazy. So here's one thing. So the very first time I tried to interact on my off days, I hit my guy Ace the Barber. And Ace the Barber is a character I'm saving for season 2. And so I come over at his house, and the first thing I hear is Machine Gun Kelly Candy playing. So literally, I'm like, this sounds like just like a song of G High. Why is the beat undeniable? Why is there undeniable lyrics? Why is everything so on point? Like, and I started listening to Paramore, and literally at the same time, so like, why do I feel like I'm in junior high? And that is the shit I'm talking about. Fire Force is a copy and paste thing that keep people content from work to work. It's literally made for basically people like me who was living at Home Depot. Every single week that I was watching Fire Force is when I was working at Home Depot, and literally where I was obsessed with coffee, where we all have that office life. That is what Fire Force is for. It's to give us hope to watch anime when we come home to, when we know we have shitty jobs and shitty lives. That is what Fire Force is for. It's for nothing else. Literally, that was the perfect thing to come home to, and that's why I felt like everything blended in, because that is exactly what the fuck junior high was. But it was a shitty version of junior high. And you know why Fire Force fell flat? It's because it will never be Soul Eater, and it tries too hard to be Soul Eater, which is exactly why I was in the same position. You gotta notice that when I was in junior high is when I started Soul Eater, and that was literally the hottest anime on the block. But guess what? People didn't like anime back in the day. People didn't like anime. How the fuck do you not like Soul? How the fuck do you not like Death Again? How the fuck do you not like Black Star? Oh, it has nothing to do with dating. It has nothing to do with rap. It has nothing to do with this and that. Literally. Now, as I got older, I started recognizing how hip-hop anime really is. And that is really a discussion for another video, but literally, people in junior high used to make fun of me all the time for watching anime. Now anime's the top thing because of what I did at Fanmade. Oh, because there are hot girls who cosplay. Now anime is social. No, anime is still not social, and that's why Lisa really got roasted due to this situation. Everybody tried to say that she roasted me because of how I live my life, and Diamante was eating that shit up. Ha 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 ha. He's at his house, he's playing video games all day. Okay, how come every time I'm in a social interaction I can pull the girl's number, or I can leave it to a certain amount of interest when she's obsessed with me? And literally, this is at the time when Diamante was going out with a girl that literally I knew he went out with to make me jealous. And that was the funniest shit, because he's sitting over here getting cocky, but then he's crying about why he's a virgin at night. But whenever he has to get construction supplies for his job, so that's how it went. So literally, Diamante would visit me every time at Home Depot when he had to get supplies for his job, and he would always talk shit on this level. He would have something smart to say whenever I saw him, but he took advantage of the fact that I was at work, and that was a really bad time. And plus, Brianna being there, I already talked about Brianna's shit when I was in the year berry room, but let's recap. So Brianna was trying to make out with this guy, trying to make me jealous because I sleazeballs Brianna because I called her out on being a retard, basically, because I had tons of clout, and she tried to get back with me after dumping me in high school for Isaiah. Literally, she out of nowhere came back after the ghost was clear, after Lisa so-called roasting me, even though she was begging me back, and that's the reason why we had at least 3 Lisas at my job. After I did not have the solid concrete evidence, she came all cocky and shit, trying to make out with a guy, trying to make me jealous, and that's when she didn't realize that, yo, it's not junior high anymore. I don't care about gossip, I don't care about who's going out who. So I went up to her, and I kept on laughing at memes on my phone, and she's trying to make me jealous, and literally, she's not getting the reaction she wants at me. Which is why Diamante falls flat, which is why a lot of people fall flat, because they forgot it's not about gossip anymore. I was in a position, I'll say over and over again, where I was just trying to survive. So who's going out and who is irrelevant to me? At least I got my life. At least I have something to fall back on. Literally, and I know I can get a girl at any moment, save the time, but right now I'm in a rep in society at the time. So literally, Lisa did not have ammo because I kept on staying strong. I kept on staying good at Home Depot, and literally, what was crazy about this era, and this is all ties into Fire Force. How does this not tie into Fire Force? A subpart opening or a subpart ending, literally with subpart animation that's literally trying too hard to be fucking Soul Eater. This is the weakest fucking copy of any sequel to an anime I've ever seen. Literally, Ichigo was way fucking better, and that came out when I was in junior high, and that's what fucked up. You gotta understand about this for anime fans. You have to understand that's why Fire Force fell flat. It literally just had a good opening. It has something for you to come home to, but literally, that's it. Literally, at that point, it was just me watching anime to survive and nothing else. Is there any coincidence that literally the Fire Force anime came out when I started working at Home Depot, when I was obsessed with coffee, and they literally had that one moment in the anime where he spilled a whole ton of coffee? No, it's not a coincidence. All because of that fucking sleazeball is why they had to make Fire Force specifically for the people who really think simple-mindedly. That shit was literally why anime became gossip size, why anime became all about who's dating who instead of actual motherfucking real content. The action was literally, it was cool, but why? Why would I settle for Fire Force when I'm used to Soul Eater? 10 years ago, and we're still behind, and people don't pay attention to that. The only reason why we have Fire Force is to show why this world needs to change. Why we need to stop caring about who goes out with who, even though we're adults now. We need to start inventing shit. We need to literally evolutionize how we view people, and that's why Lisa never fucking won. Because I was free to make my own decision. I was free to get another one. And guess what? When I was doing the Home Depot phase, they literally tried to sub this. Oh, no matter how hard it gets, man, you have to mow through. Bull the fuck shit. My schedule at Home Depot was like this. I never had weekdays off, and literally I would never have weekends off. The only time I would have weekends is when I would have to go with this girl to church, man. It literally was the worst shit ever. Going in and out, and I had no time for my personal hobbies. He's like, it doesn't matter what your personal hobbies are, at least you're getting money. No. Stop that crap right there. Stop that. My hobbies are what keeps me happy. My hobbies are what keeps me afloat. And you expect me to give up what makes me passionate in life just for a petty paycheck? Your happiness is always better than money. That has nothing to do with Fire Force, but literally it came out at the same time, and they fucked up my schedule to where I can barely go to the gym, I can barely go to the Yu-Gi-Oh club, I can barely hear a woman, and when I hear a woman, it's only on off days where literally only the fobs are in town, where everybody's out. They edited my work schedule on purpose because they didn't want me to prove Lisa wrong, and they didn't want me to get one another Lisa. Okay, so Fire Force went like this. I started watching it, and literally, I started coming home and dealing with the same bullshit over and over again. Me playing Ultimate Ninja Storm, coming home, dealing with the same shit, dealing with Diamante talking shit. He's like, huh, for something that stays the same, you seem to be really in a different position that you were in high school, Diamante. He attacked outside so much, but he just couldn't because he was scared shitless whenever things got serious. That is why we have Fire Force. Fire Force is literally there. That's why there's so motherfucking too many references. There's motherfucking Show, who is literally just a fucking off-brand Shoto. The references like motherfucking Bobo, it's all referencing why we need to grow the fuck up and why we can't focus on this teen shit anymore. Literally, me coming to Ace's house and listening to Machine Gun Kelly gave me the hint that these junior high people just do not quit. Enough with this coincidence shit. Enough with literally attacking the outside. Oh, Lisa has tons of friends. Does any one of her friends don't want to suck on her tits? Diamante kept on siding where Lisa is, so did motherfucking Isaiah. Even Isaiah was trying to talk shit to me at the time when things literally changed. And so the Fire Force phase was still pretty fun, you know, but the real reason why we have it, you have to admit, is literally just to put it out there. It will never be Soul Eater. And the main point of this video is to tell you why Soul Eater was good and why the so-called kids in my junior high was wrong. It's like, you're a fucking out of this world autistic guy who's always dancing, who's not absorbed in the situation, who's literally just hyper shooting, you're trying too hard to fit in. And it's like, he's a genius. And that's why you hate him, is because he's a genius. You don't want him to have the same tools unless you control him. When he gets the same tools is when he shines brighter. Whenever I had the same ammo, just as when I had the better joke. You need to notice that. They don't like how things change nowadays, literally. So Brianna took that opportunity, and that's where Brianna fell flat. I only saw her for that one time in that cameo, and she dipped out, and literally, the whole fucking thing, literally, there was this one time where literally this guy's all like, Eris, you're a virgin. I'm like, yay, I'm a virgin. And they're like, that's how you know he's not a virgin, bath salt. They were literally telling you, give up, give up. Every night he sucks his dick like a vacuum. Whoop up. They were letting Diamante have it the whole time I was at Home Depot, but it all ties into the fucking Fire Force. Whenever I'm done working with that wood, whenever I come home hella exhausted, is when I feel like literally I'm a fucking fireman. And that's where literally why that shit hit so hard. I'm like, dude, I felt so, never ever did I feel so intertwined into anime ever before. And that was though not only a coincidence, that was motherfucking torture for my brain, because literally I felt like a grown-ass man, but I was stuck in a little kid environment. Literally, that Home Depot job was literally to show me when the going is tough, you gotta be so-called tougher. And here's one thing that they fucked up. One thing that they failed to realize is that I'm a different person now, but I like to do the same shit. And they kept on attacking. You haven't changed at all, Eris. You haven't changed at all. And it's like, okay, well, what hasn't changed is that you haven't stopped trying to manipulate the situation and try to think that literally Justin is better than me. He will never, ever accomplish what I will accomplish with that shitty mindset, trying to attack the outside without looking at what the inside is. If you try to get a good girl, they will look on what the inside is. And trust me, they all know, including Lisa, knew I had a beautiful inside and that she literally had no right to try to attack my outside life, knowing how complex my situation is. And if you know the full story of what kept me away from my children, I will save that for a future video, and that video is no longer until season 2, because there was a big misunderstanding of what happened at family. It wasn't just the fact that they set me up, it was a long string of activities where people trying to bring me down. Let's just say society took advantage of the fact that they needed me more than I needed them. So what they did was they kept on burning me up so I can stay giving them what they want, so they can take something away from me. And so that's why they created Fire Force, and that's why they literally, he made that specifically so to show people that, yo, things aren't the same, but we need to improve. And that is why Soul Eater is so motherfucking prominent. Notice the big time gap, 10 years, where I'm a junior high, anime is for little kids. Now grown up, oh, now we're all fireworkers, now we're all firemen, now we're working with wood, now we're doing this and that. You don't know how complicated that shit was. Like literally, you don't know how I felt so much like I was in woodshop. Literally, that's literally why I said in that interview that literally, when I was junior high, I used to do woodshop, and they made me a lumberman. So don't act like I literally didn't feel like I was Shinra coming home lifting all that heavier equipment, coming home to all that greatness. Even though it was dragged on, and that is the fucking problem. There was so much distraction on top of distraction, until you guys have to realize this needs to stop. Look at Joker, look at literally all the drip is half-assed. This shit is literally a cardboard box compared to Soul Eater. I'm really fucking tired of people misunderstanding why we have Fire Force. It's literally just there for a week-to-week show for you to enjoy when literally there's nothing else, and we shouldn't be relying on that to survive. We can't accept that. And you know why they accepted that? It's exactly because it was the exact opposite of Soul Eater. There wasn't a real good timeline for Fire Force, but there was a really good timeline for Soul Eater that had a plot, which is why people are not into it. People want shit like Brianna. Fire Force may be an anime, it may operate like an anime, but it still gives the same vibe as literally a real life shit. That's why they compared it to a real life job versus an actual anime. That is why we have Fire Force, because it's actually based off the firemen in real life, and literally people hiding away from, you know, this and that. I will not put people's personal business on blast like that, but literally that is why we have Fire Force, is to keep people away from the distraction. That shitty Home Depot job is the symbolism of why we have Fire Force and why we are stuck as adults. We're all grown up now. Now we have to accept the shitty jobs, and now we have to drink coffee. So if you want me to wrap up more about why I'm a good person and why Lisa is full of shit and why we need to stop accepting this bullshit in anime so we won't get overhauls over and over again, this is why. When I went to Crunchyroll, I literally went ham with Kizaru and went even harder with Connie, and literally the complex situation came out. You let me in. You have no right to put this running gag. Oh, you know the situation is more than what you think it is there, so no. It's clean and simple. You let me in, so I'm gonna get myself out. Guess what happened when I came back? When I proved release the log, where I got a whole bunch of numbers. One of the managers was wearing pink, just like I was wearing a fan made. And here's what happened. I was slapping my music like how I normally do. He didn't call it out before, but he called it out this time. I was listening to my music on the speaker. He's like, turn that shit down. And I turned it down. And then he's like, use your headphones. I'm like, what the fuck? And I came at him hella foul. So his face was all red and shit. And I'm all like, dude, stop. I'm going to tell the manager on you. And he's all like, oh, go ahead. And so I come back to a manager that's actually named Lisa. And I say, Lisa. And she doesn't reply. And she gave me the hint. Get the fuck out of there. When the going gets tough, you gotta get tough. No bullshit. They took advantage of all the stress I was going through at that motherfucking convention. Oh, are you here to stay or are you not? I literally forgot because I purchased some items and I came the third day of Crunchyroll just because they thought I was gonna get arrested. And guess what? I didn't get arrested. I came in, I got the shit that I left at the convention, and I came out the exact same day. And then literally, they tried to pull this shit like, you know, you would have got caught if you would have stayed with the fucking security guards, and you didn't say what you said. You would have got arrested. This and that. All this little kid pay shit. And literally, I quit my job, and they're all like, ha ha ha, Harris. When the going got tough, you didn't get tougher. Stop harassing me, so I'll actually get better results.